So it's the City Reds though that we all want to cheer after 2 back-to-back victories, and the fans raising the roof to greet their team today. A couple of changes, but Damien Gibson's at full-back, 3/4 unchanged. Nick Pinkney, Jason Nicol, Alan Hunt and Danny Arnold. And at half-back, Steve Blakely recalled for his first start of the season following his injuries, and Bobby Goulding. And in the forwards, Neil Baines, Malcolm Olker, Darren Shaw, Warren Jowett, Greg Ebrell, replacing Darren Treacy, who's got a hamstring strain, and Mike Wainwright. And in the substitutes, Mark Corvo, Paul Southern recalled, Graham Holroyd and Paul Heighton. So the task for the City Reds today is to see if they can make it 3 wins in a row, and the last time they did that in Super League was round about this time last year. And here's a great little sight, those 2 mascots both wearing the Darren Treacy number 12, and it's nice that there's time for them. Let's hope it's a special day for them in their Salford shirt. Bobby Goulding there putting his hands on the shoulders, and let's hope that nice day means it's going to be a Salford victory. So we're expecting Mick to arrive from the jungle anytime. Going to be a tough ask for the City Reds, because this Castleford side, surprisingly, is 1 place behind Salford in the league at the moment. Oh, not mention the referee, it's Mr. Colin Morris today. This has only won 1 in the league, drawn 1, 3 points compared with Salford's 2 victories. And when you look at who's in this Castleford team, the half-back pair in Danny Orr and Mitch Healy, match winners in their own right. And of course it's Darren Rogers, favourite down here at the Willows a few seasons ago, but not playing on the wing. Darren Rogers wearing number 5, but playing in the right centre position at the moment. But Salford with a good first 6, getting to the 40. And Salford fans certainly buoyed by a stirring 2 victories over Easter. Goulding going for the kick, and it's going deep. And running, and Richard Gay, that's that go dead. So the conditions, as you can see, absolutely immaculate underfoot. The Willows pitch is a credit to the groundsman, and the weather today is absolutely perfect. The sun is shining from a clear blue sky. It's breezy though. The breeze, if anything, I think is slightly favouring the Tigers in this first half. But there's a game to be played. Both these teams will want to win this one, because the early part of the season so vital to get things moving properly up the league. Now, if it becomes a factor, the Castleford Tigers feature in a Challenge Cup semi-final next week. Now there's an overlap for the Tigers this side, and a good release of the ball by Kyle Warren. And Salford struggling to make the final tackle, but do so just, putting down Ryan Hubson, one of the Wakefield stars from last year. Now that's going to be a testing kick, it's going back deep, but nice clean take from Nick Pinkney, who then sets off at some pace up the centre of the field. So the Castleford Tigers involved in the Challenge Trophy semi-final next Saturday. Damien Gibson looking very comfortable in the full-back role, and worked really hard in Salford's last 2 games. And Salford moving it forward, Darren Shaw. Still going the short side, Wainwright. Still going, now put down though. Mark Lennon over there. Going to Goulding, has time for the kick, the high one, it's hanging. The chasers have comfortable time. Oh, and it's been taken by Goulding, and it's on to Blakely. Oh, but the pass given us forward, and that could have been a sensational start for Steve Blakely to his return to Super League. But the pass not allowed. But what a great start. Again, the difficulty of taking the kick that produced 2 tries at Halifax on Monday, there for all to see, and Blakely sharp in support, but try not allowed. So still 0-0, 3 minutes gone, but a good first period so far from the City Reds, but a long way to go. Andy Lynch taking it forward. The referee says that's all right. Who wants it? Who wants it? Oh, well, Wakefield. Listen, my mouth. So the referee waiting to decide what to do. Play on. Eventually going the way of the City Reds with the put in at this scrum. And the Salford City Reds fans now getting behind their team. So Ebrel starting this time. Baines doing well to hang on to the ball. Smash out to Blakely. Blakely holds it up, goes cross field. Promising little confidence building run from Blakely. Well, the confidence should be high after that early disallowed score though. There's another high kick. But again, he's hanging and dangerous. Oh, and Hamlin Hunt's taken it. Oh, but Rogers intercepts. And Rogers saving what might have been a Salford try potentially in the same way that Danny Arnold did against Halifax on Monday. And Salford defence quick to put Rogers down because the man still his pace. He is actually playing on the went over on the wing. There's a good cut-out pass, and Salford have to be in quickly with the tackling that time on Kyle Warren again. Castleford, Healy in the middle. Orr's there. Nice little switch, nice little release of the ball. Oh, good hands from Andy Lynch that time. Salford, wait to make that. Now there's a chance. It looked for a second then as though Kyle Warren had found an opening. Oh, that's his sound running. Here's a real chance. Oh, the quick hands. Now is this going to be the first score? It is. Baines lets him go and Salford exposed on the short side. It was quick hands over to the right and Wayne Price with the first score after 5 minutes and Salford sucked in. So the Tigers fans love that one. It was great quick hands and there were just too many Tigers attackers for the City Reds defence. So Wayne Bartram with the conversion attempt. Should be quite straightforward. Yes, it is. First blood to the Tigers and 6-0. And Salford just not quite on the toes as they were last weekend so far. So that's got the Tigers going. Nice kick. So Alcrenshaw with a tackling. But the conditions absolutely immaculate for good handling, and that's what we saw then from the Tigers in creating that opening down there right. Tigers moving this comfortably to the halfway line with their 6. Orr's in the lines, moves it quickly out. Oh, it's a great running. What an important tackle that was on Kyle Warren. Still going the short side. Oh, but no, that's a nice little play. And the kick ahead, the dab ahead, finds his touch just a yard from the flag. Ryan Hudson with the kick. And in their 6 from the kick-off, the Tigers have taken it right to the Salford 10. So Goulding to Arles, and Goulding's there again. Nickel. Good positive run from him. Castleford player out of it at the moment. Oh, nice release of the ball from Malcolm Olker. Play on. So Nicol sets off again. Castleford with just 12 in the defensive line. Can Salford exploit it? Not at the moment, not like that. Oh, the Tigers player really looks in a bad way. Baines takes his man on, still on his feet, but it's not going to get clear. No release of the ball. It's the sixth tackle. Salford not doing so well in that particular six, but that's an interesting kick, but well taken. Well, that's Wayne Price out there, isn't it? It's the Price scorer was Mark Lennon before. What a big tackle that was from Nicol. And he's there again. Ball goes down, play on. Another six, says the referee, Mr. Morris. Oh, that's great running that is from Carl Warren at the moment. Tigers really stretching the City Reds defence, which is hanging on nonetheless. It's Mark Lemon with the score for the Tigers earlier. Look at good hands, it's great inside ball. Look at this handling from the City Reds, and the City Reds just standing still, and here's a chance. Oh, and it's a simple running in the end, and it looks as though it's threatening Ryan Hudson. The defence was just standing off, and 10 minutes gone, and with two attacks, the Tigers have done to the City Reds what the City Reds did to Halifax on Monday, and it's very much down in the Salford camp at the minute. Nothing like the urgency and the determination and commitment that we saw last Friday and on Monday at Halifax. And it's the Tigers bossing it all their own way. And the score quite comfortable to Ryan Hudson. Damien Gibson not able to do anything about that man's power and running. And 12-0 it is. So the Tigers making this look easy at the moment, and Salford struggling just to get any attacking momentum. Certainly looking a bit flat in the first 10 minutes in comparison with what we saw on Monday and last Friday. Next score is important. Can Salford hold on? Struggling to put Wayne Price down. Needing a big extra hit and support from Neil Baines to make that tackle count. So a big gap up the middle, amazing gap up the middle. Gibson, though, this time hangs on to his man, and Salford's so flat at the minute. There's a chance over this side for the Tigers to make it easily. Oh, not easily. Oh, so great tackling in the end, and the referee deciding that was the last tackle and turnover. That could so easily have been yet another score. Big hole in the middle of Salford's defence, and today they're just not moving to... I mean, on Monday they just didn't stop moving, but today they've not really started. So Mr. Morris decides that the Tigers were all offside, and that's a little bit of respite that Salford needed. Could so easily have found themselves 18 points down. As it is. 12 is bad enough at this stage of the game. Mike Wainwright. But Salford going forward well in this 6. Neil Baines. Being wrestled to a halt. Malcolm Olker sets off. Blakely steps and goes threateningly. Still coming left to Goulding. Nice inside pass. Ebrel though taken down on the 6th tackle. But that's Salford's best attacking 6. But for all that, it's the Tigers that come up with the ball, saving the line comfortably at the end, if there is such a thing in this game. And working it forward steadily. Michael Smith that time. I've not really seen, we've seen one break from Mitch Healy. Oh, the play still goes on. Oh, here's a chance. Great cover tackle. When it looked as though play had stopped, Jowett it was doing the important tackling, but Salford thin again over this side. Enormous overlap. That's an easy run in, and it's 18 points in 15 minutes. And Salford are just not competing. And after what we've seen in the last 2 games, this is such a bitter disappointment. Oh dear. Ryan Hudson having no problem with that run in. He probably couldn't believe his luck. And worse, there was no real Salford effort to get back and try and stop him. And the Tigers fans probably can't believe this. Coming into this game in 8th position in the league. And in 16 minutes, they got 14, 16, now it's 18 points on the board. So I think Salford's only hope now is that Castleford decide that the game is won. They can think about next Saturday's semi-final. And maybe just relax a little bit. Maybe last week's game was taking just too much out of the City Reds. Certainly was 2 sterling victories, but Super League's the same for everybody, has to be every week. This right-hand side is where we've seen the damage. Hudson and Warren out this side. Now there's a good overlap. If it goes all the way to the left, it doesn't that time. Michael Smith put down. Referee still lets play go on. Now it's the last one. It's a little dab. And the ball sits kindly for Damien Gibson. Who's great side step. There is a tackler. Danny Arnold over there. Pinkney taking it forward. Alka working hard at taking it forward, but not really prizing an opening. Little kick over. Blakely's there, but can't take it. Watches his man go, and if that tackle hadn't been made, there was another real chance for the Tigers. Price forcing his way forward. Rogers. The tackle from Hunt needed to be. Ryan Hudson again. And look at Hudson running round for the return if the opportunity there isn't. Good play from him as Healy. and 2-2. Nice little pass. Oh, it's another clean break. And another inside one. And who's going to stop him? Nobody. It's that easy. Gibson couldn't make the tackle. And the cheers that were ringing around this ground last week, that were ringing around the Salford end of the New Shea Stadium on Monday, are quickly turning into boos of disbelief that Salford couldn't go from such an astonishingly good performance to one that is unbelievably disappointing in terms of the commitment to the tackling. And the fourth try already after only 20 minutes, and I think we can say game gone. Well, I half thought on my way here today something like this might happen, because they were so good on Monday in the tackling department without offering too much on attack, that they might not recognise that Salford are only good when they all play at the best all the time, and they're obviously not doing that today. That's another 2. It's going to be a long game. Salford not really threatened at all. They had that first score wiped out, and what a difference that could have made, or perhaps not, on what we're seeing. So 1 or 2 players perhaps not there today, unlike the Tigers, that are really playing like the team that wants to be in the top 6 at the end of this season. Andy Lynch needing to be put down. Dean Sampson nearly striding clear. It's the last one. Cross field into good space. Pinckney has time though. Runs round one, tackler. And a second, but not a third, so good play from him. Gibson forever running this ball forward. Salford fans thinking he was impeded in some way. Baines takes it up. Nicol does the same. As does Ebrel. But we've got to the last one. Oh. Blakely just puts it downfield, and that's going to run into touch, and this is the closest Salford have been, but they're not in possession. So a change on the Salford side. Neil Baines replaced by Mark Corvo. Certainly the steel that was in abundance on Monday, missing today. Oh, that's threatening play into right deep down inside their own territory. Tigers threatening, talking to each other, really wanting it. Salford at last shouting, but that's good long pass out. Jowett does enough, but the ball released, and now there's a chance up the middle again. Goulding can't get his man. Here's another clean break. This support, and this is going to be another run in, and it's easy. It's a procession. It was Wayne Bartram that time, but the Tigers punching holes at will. Well, look at that one again. It really is too easy for words. If it carries on at this rate, this could go into the record books as big home defeat. Bartram converts his own try. That's 5 goals for him, a try to him. So 30 points in 24 minutes away from home, and far from relaxing. The Tigers just cruising. So the wingers have changed wing. Wayne Price has swapped with Darren Rogers. So being a Salford fan, never easy from the heights of a victory and then 2 victories to the gloom of an enormous whipping. Scoreboard's up to 30. Good hands. Hudson, it was again prominent. Look how quickly they're getting on with it. That time Andy Lynch couldn't release the ball, and the ball goes down, and Salford with a chance to put the ball in at this scrum. Salford in possession in Tigers half. I mean, the conditions absolutely ideal for the runners. Anybody with a bit of pace and who can create a bit of space, perfect for them. Salford not been able to do that at all today. Instead, just moving this ball up the middle with one man burst. It worked well for them on Monday. Perhaps in these conditions was never going to work. Wainwright receiving the inside pass from Goulding and releasing the ball. Jowett though put down quickly. McCarvo going to take it in his own. Nice release of the ball to Blakely. Blakely inside to Everill. Neverill so close. Now can Salford get over here? He come to Goulding. Goulding to Jan, and it is the first score for the City Reds, and that was great hands from Alan Hunt unselfishly, and just putting pressure on the line for the first time. The City Reds have shown that they're not out of this one. Perhaps they can move the ball, and at last something to cheer about for the City Reds with a score to Danny Arnold. Nice hands that was across the field. A change on the Tigers side. I think it's Andy Lynch who's being replaced. Barry John Mallory's on as well, his first start for some time. Big man Barry John Mallory, 6'7". Had his problems with injury, shoulder and ankle. But good man to have to come back in your team. Gibson working hard. Doesn't Damien Gibson work hard? The standout player for me for the City Reds. Even though Goulding gets the accolades for his kicking, which is justifiable without a doubt. And Salford perhaps fortunate to get that penalty, but at last we got a bit of forward momentum and the fans making themselves heard. Now Darren Shaw against his old teammates, but this is bad. This is good to see that there's compassion in the game still. Dean Sampson realised that Shaw really had done something bad then. And let's hope that that's not too serious. Always a sad sight. Darren Shaw featuring all Salford's matches this season. And that is looking bad news for him. referee's calling for a stretcher. I think that's what Dean Sampson said straight away, that he realised something had broken. That must be pain and anguish out there. And when an injury is serious, then what you do is make sure that you don't do anything to aggravate it. Well, for all the call for a stretcher, he's still walking off, hobbling off, and receiving justifiably the sympathetic applause from both sets of fans. But you can't imagine he will play any further part in this game. So Paul Southern will take his place and have the chance to re-establish himself as a first team starter. And Carvo takes it forward. And applause for Darren Shaw as he goes straight to the Jowett. Can't get clear. And Darren Shaw understandably going straight to the dressing room. Blakely's looking for his inside runners. Paul Southern is the man. Salford getting close again. Malcolm Olker in the end, nowhere to go. Good tackling on him by Olima. Goulding's there, little kick through. It's running and running, but in the end, runs dead, and the tap will be on the 20. Salford need to be back and face quickly, because we've seen them suckered by quick restarts when they haven't been ready. Well, let's hope that that isn't as serious for Darren Shaw as it appears on the surface to be. No Francis Maloney today. His country. Oh, here's another chance now for the Tigers. Oh, and it was Salford. Oh, but there the ball does go. Now there's men over. Who's going back? Oh, no, for once the Tigers muck it up, and of all people it was Mitch Healy, who perhaps had too many options to choose from, but at least Salford were trying to run back. And it was the running back and that extra bit of effort that saved what will look like another Tigers try. Salford just can't put their men down. Look at that, in the end he does. He goes down. But in 4 plays, Tigers comfortably in the Salford half. Look at this hand, Healy again. Nice long pass out. Oh, but that time it goes to ground, so John Mather's first touch is to receive a forward pass and drop the ball. But still threatening the City Reds line whenever they've got the ball. So the tempo for the City Reds so much down on what it was on Monday. And can they raise it? Very often difficult to raise a tempo once it starts slowly. On Monday it started fast and stayed there, but not so far today. Southern goes half round the first tackler, and Olker working hard. Nice little darting run from him, but well put down in the end by Dean Sampson. Blakely up. Carlo does his first 10 metres quickly. Salford on the 30. Blakely sets off, but not with the air of too much confidence, much in hope rather than expectation. So there's the kick. It's going into the corner. It's high, it's hanging, and Price bundled into touch. Good chase from Alan Hunt, doing enough on the tackling front to give Salford the put in at this scrum. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the yes, it is. So another try here would do very nicely for the City Reds. As Wainwright picks it up from the base of the scrum. Tries to find a way through on his own, can't. Blakely wants to know where his runners are. Jowett's one of his runners from close in, but there's a sharpness in the Tigers tackling from their own line. Oh, but there's a nice little surge forward, and is it going to go down? Oh no, it's not. But that was a great run from Paul Southern, I think it was. But unfortunately, just couldn't get the ball down. A try then would have really gone down nicely, but for all that, Salford get the put in again. So a chance for another 6. Wainwright picks it up from the base of the scrum again. Southern tries to do it again. Goulding. Blakely. Gibson. Strides inside. Oh, so close. The defence, though, unsung. Corvo, though, dropping the ball. Oh, the referee says it's all right. Blakely still gets his pass out. Jowett runs into his own man. And by that time, the Castleford Tigers' defence has regrouped and Salford losing a bit of ground, but still in possession. Goulding. Who wants it? Nobody. Corvo makes it his. Blakely has it. And Gibson. But great release of the ball. Now that's enterprising play. But at the end of it, the Tigers just wait for the Salford City Reds to run at them. So this time it's the high kick again into the corner. That's over the line. Who's going for that one? Oh, it's taken comfortably, safely by Wayne Price. And a tap for the Tigers on the 20. So that's a better period of play from the City Reds. Over the line, but not able to ground the ball. Now, can they maintain this better period? Can they make these important tackles? Bartram put down, but the Tigers just happy to work it forward. Oh, Barry John Mather. No, that's all right. Oh, well, another try coming up. And it's easy running in the end. Had to work at it. Lima it was. But the referee, Mr. Morris, judging that the ball was knocked out by a Salford hand. The Salford fans saw it as a clear knock-on and are making their expressions known. And just if there was any sniff of a Salford comeback, Lima has put an end to that under the sticks and then virtue the stroke of half-time. So summer conditions suit the teams with the runners and the pace and the support play. And at 36 points to 4 at the end of the first half, that team today is the Castleford Tigers, but the Salford City Reds fans have at least the referee to blame for one try. But they're so that's a short one from Goulding. But Salford still not getting into it. Alan Hunt didn't seem a particularly committed attempt to get it. Gannon releasing it. Oh, great play. Now there's a chance. Oh, what an important... Onyx Goulding who comes up with the ball. That was a possibility of another Tigers try in injury time. Handling so well. And in comparison, Salford's handling looks slow and ponderous. Blakely's though running forward with commitment to Eberl. Drops the ball. And that's the story of Salford's first half. 36 points to 4. Well, we only need 6 second half converted tries. On the stroke of half time, a half that the away fans plenty to cheer, the home fans plenty to boo. And another 40 minutes, half time, City Reds 4, the Tigers 36. Well, time was 3 o'clock kickoffs meant you were walking home at 4:25, but nowadays it's getting to 4:45 quite often, and today will be probably no exception. 4 o'clock on the dot. Castleford have started with the same pace and urgency that brought them 6 first half tries with such ease against an uncommitted Salford defence. So pride at stake for the City Reds. Fourth tackle's gone. Lee Harland is on. Tigers can rest their players now, and they can think about next Saturday's semi-final against Wigan. That was Healy with a big kick, which Arnold is letting bounce and run and has to play it, and Arnold slow. The chase from Barry John Mather easy enough, and on Arnold's back Salford start off the second half where they've finished the first half on the back foot. Arnold seemed just to lack a bit of urgency then, or awareness. Easy to say that from up here. These guys put their bodies on the line all the time. And we've seen Darren Shaw have to leave the field with what looked like a serious leg injury. But look at this running. Richard Gay up from full-back. He'll have plenty of time to come into his attacking own in the second half. Look at that strength. Salford having so much difficulty putting down Michael Smith, scorer of one of the first half tries. Ryan Lee Harland taking Tigers into the 10. Good hands. Healy gets it on to Hudson, but Salford this time do the wrapping up. Rogers has got his hand up on this side of the field for the kick if it comes. Oh, look at this, it's almost easy, and so close. Dean Sampson there on the last one. Big overlap on this side if it comes. Little kick through. Who's going for it? Well, it was Danny Arnold there first. Great little kick it was into acres of space, inevitably behind the Salford defence. But it's going to give the Tigers another 6 to attack the Salford line. Good clearing kick from Goulding into the other half. But the momentum from the Tigers relentless. Dean Sampson that time. Lennon's nearly made it his own. Oh, but if he couldn't make it home, then it was an easy inside pass to Lee Harland, who's had several touches early on in this second half. And it's just too easy. Matt Lennon creating the hole. And oh, this looks really ominous. We're as though we're on the way to a record score if this carries on. A record score for all the worst possible reasons for the City Reds. And the Tigers, it's a stroll in the sun. Timor 42 points to 4, and Tigers scoring at the rate of a point a minute. You really can't say that they're not going to make it to 80. So if Salford have worked hard and made the luck in the last couple of matches, it's all come to an end today. Southern and Alka that time doing the tackling. Alima. Hunt, but ball still released. Goes backwards. Oh, that's Jowett doing just enough to stop. Was it Healy getting going? But we're going for the kick. And well, it would have been a 40-20, but the good news is that it didn't find touch inside the 20. But Tigers just dominating this game easily. And Salford just not seeming to have anything left in the tank today. Gibson's worked so hard though, Gibson. Wainwright doing the same, releasing the ball. Salford getting it back. No, they don't. So one forced pass, not coming off. And immediately it's the Tigers back on the attack. Alima that time. Bartram moves it right. Healy's there. Good strong run, and still the ball is released. Oh, easy over the top. Alima thinks he's got room up the middle. Salford having to hang on to arms and try and stop this ball going on. Healy's there again. Healy has to hold it up this time. Barry John Mather casts Blakely aside. Oh, this is too easy, isn't it? And the ball still goes. Oh, and at last Salford gets something. Who wants it? Nicholl has to make it his. It was Michael Smith at the end. Couldn't hold on to it. And the ball, for once, bounces kindly for the City Reds. But you have to make it. You have to work at it to make it bounce kindly. Oh, and there's great running from Pinkney. Great running from him. Richard Gay, though, puts him down. Jason Nicholl. So, a couple of excellent individual efforts from Gibson and Pinkney taking Salford into their half. And Gordon's going to take this quickly. And that's got to be 10 minutes in the sin bin from Dean Sampson. And a chance for some respite for the City Reds. And can they take advantage of this one-man superiority for 10 minutes? Sampson looking as though he hasn't got the legs to get off the pitch. Carvo goes forward on his own, looking for his first score in a Salford shirt. Salford get on with it quickly. Blakely steps and strides. Be nice for him to get on the score sheet. Doesn't though. Paul Southern, been over the line once, been over the line again. Can he get the ball down? It's still going. Held over the line, so the Salford will have the scrum and the put in on the 10. So how can Salford capitalise on this period of one-man superior? Oh, and they've done it from Bobby Goulding. First try for a long, long time. But what a nice little dummy it was. And he's saying to everybody, come on, we've scored one, let's go and see if we can score some more. So at last the City Reds have something to cheer about. And a nice little individual effort for Bobby Goulding from the base of the scrum. And successful with the conversion. So, at least Salford have got 10 points on the scoreboard. 10:42 though. And you never know, but when it comes to the end of the season, if, let's not think the worst, but if Salford are right down there at the bottom with whoever it might be, Wakefield, Warrington, who knows, these points conceded could play such a vital part, because Castleford were not a top 6 team last year. They might have aspirations this year, and against bottom 6 teams you can't afford to concede so many points. If at the end of the season the number of points in the league is going to have a bearing on who gets relegated. It's a great kick-off. Good take though. That's Paul Heighton. I've not seen in clock who went off. Okay, nice little scurry, but the Tigers still on the toes, not letting Salford go. Eberl. Nice long pass out to Nicol. Though, but Nicol's well wrapped up. Michael Eager, one of the tacklers. And Southern doing well. Nice little pass from Southern. Goulding's there. Nice inside pass to Blakely. And Blakely's going. Great little play from the City Reds. And why are we seeing it now and not earlier on? Goulding's there. Little kick through. Oh, it's going to go too deep. But for the first time, we've really seen Salford moving the ball and creating an opening. Blakely perhaps still trying to recover full match fitness, not able to show the pace to get clear, but much better play from the City Reds. Mr. Morris, the referee, stopping the clock because of the time Tigers are taking to get play restarted. Look how quickly the Tigers are up. Good tackle though that was from Eberl. No, from Heighton. Oh, what a great release of the ball. Oh, the referee said it was all right. He said it went backwards, but if the player's going forward, then it's a knock-on. Oh, that's an important settled tackle from Jowett. Look at this, simple, straightforward, running with determination. It's Watteen Godwin who's joined the attack, because all the Tigers have to do is attack. That's pressure. Great take though, great take from Danny Arnold with the sun in his eyes. Excellent. Gibson tries to find a way through. Works really hard, Gibson. Jason Nicol seemed to be happier to take the tackle rather than beat it. Carvo, men round him too quickly for him to be able to do anything at all. Heighton. Eager, one of the tacklers. Goulding going back into the 40, but it's not going to find touch. So Darren Rodgers has the chance to have a run. Nice tackle from Heighton on Eager. Oh, look at that strong running, but Carvo supports Alker in the tackling stakes. Elima, oh, great release of the ball, and that was definitely for them. Biggest cheer of the day for the ironic cheers for Mr. Morris, giving Salford the benefit of the put-in at a Tigers forward pass. Now, one of the stats I read about Monday's game was Malcolm Olker's fantastic tackling effort. We know he was the top tackler, top tackler in Super League last season. On Monday, he put in a staggering 54 tackles, which is amazing. Oh, charge down, and the kick is going to... Oh, what a great recovery just. And that is just Salford's luck. It's Holroyd who's replaced Blakely. And there's so many men over here for the Tigers. They're just going to argue about which one scores it. And it's as easy as that. And Darren Rodgers it was who gets the score. And it came from a kick from the base of the scrum from Salford, put in a charge down, and the Tigers even with 12 men, have no problem creating an overlap on the left. So the 10 men, rubbish, the 12 men, soon going to be back to 13. And in that period, they might have conceded a try, but they scored one of their own. And look at that little nippy run from the base of the play the ball. And it is still 0-0 as far as the Tigers are concerned, with the runners everywhere. Michael Smith. Well, there's Healy with the little kick into space. Oh, and it sits nicely for Danny Arnold, but the chase is good and he loses one, but not away from Wayne Price. Alan Hunt get past one. We're still really waiting to see Alan Hunt impress with the ball. Gibson impresses though, doesn't he? Phenomenal work rate. Oh, but had a knock. And that must be serious for him to be down. Oh dear. Graham Holroyd not quite coordinating with Nick Pinkney. Pass just too far in front of him, and Graham Holroyd not having the best of comebacks this season somehow. And his problems with a foot injury. Gibson though, tough guy and back up and taking his place at the back. Applause for Alima, scorer of one of the tries. Richard Gay and the Tigers players still talking to each other to get in position. Great little running. Good release of the ball though. Rogers still gets on with it, and sharp hands this is. Healy passes it over quickly. And Salford really struggling to make the tackles. Andy Lynch is back on. He couldn't release. But Tigers threatening every time they have the ball. That time it was Barry John Mather. On the 20. Healy runs, still gets rid of the ball, and the line opens up for Sampson, so that means that the Tigers back to full strength, 13 against 13. Hudson with an enormous, outrageous dummy, and Watty and Goodwin in support as the easiest of jobs have fallen over the line, and it's a procession, and Salford have conceded 50 at home, and makes you sad really, doesn't it? It makes you think that the pundits who were saying this wasn't a good Salford team might know something. And it doesn't augur well for games to come. Well, that's a cracker. It's what the Castleford fans tell us. It's a conversion from far out. So Lennon gets his first goal. So defeats like this can't do Salford any good at all, and it's Widnes next, and Widnes are surprising everybody. First season in Super League, and up there with the best of them. Oh, look at that determination from Price. And who's going to get him? Oh, he runs straight into Gibson, who stands his ground. But from his own trial and a Salford player down, it's Malcolm Alker, I think. And Salford is just struggling to make the tackles count. And Price just forcing his way through. And still the ball gets released out the back door. Still Castleford controlling this game. Gay's up in the line, shrugs off one tackler, still on his feet. Can't this time though pass the ball. Southern's in, but still the ball goes on, and it's just endless, this passing ability. Lennon is going again, and Lennon's going to score. No, he's not. He doesn't have to, because he's got Godwin in support for 2 tries inside 2 minutes, and we're on for the 80. Malcolm Olker's out of it. Salford heads well and truly down. And today, there's just nothing they can do about it. The 10th try of the afternoon. So much better than the City Reds. It's not a contest in any way, shape or form. No problem for Lennon for that one. 58-10. Neil Baines replaces Paul Southern. So I think Salford have got to come next. It's Widnes next, and then it's the teams that were in the top 6 last year, so in consecutive weeks. Not in this order, but it's Bradford, Wigan, Leeds and London. So if Salford are conceding 58 so far against Castleford, scary what might happen. Dean Simpson, easy release of the ball. Here's another try, and who is it again? The referee pulled it back, and I think Mr. Morris was doing the sympathy decision. I don't really think that was a forward pass, and it would have been a Godwin quick hat-trick. So a let-off for the City Reds, and whilst obviously it doesn't matter in terms of the result, these points conceded is really building up and building up. There's Godwin on the tackling stakes, putting down Pinkney. There's Neil Baines back on, will work his little socks off. And Jowett, look at that strong running, which that's all it needs, isn't it? Strong running. Well, it's not as simple as that, but doesn't it make a difference? That's a little kick through, but why? Was it the last tackle? And Castleford just happy to work it steadily. Rogers is up. Great little step. And it just looked as though Sampson was going to release that ball, then didn't quite. So goes for the kick. It's not a 40-20. Pinkney keeps it in, and in the end makes it safe, but look at that. Big hit on him, that you could hear that from up here. Danny Arnold can't find a way through. Alan Hunt won't. Neil Baines gets rid of the ball, but Salford just, I was going to say, run themselves to a standstill, but I'm not sure whether that's right, the right words. As they started off at a standstill today. Holroyd, nice little inside pass, and it's Gibson, has to change direction, still going, still drawing men in. Good play from Gibson, but it's the last tackle and it's going to be the handover. But for the first time, we've seen Salford going forward, and inevitably the Tigers are going to step off the gas a little bit now. Thank goodness. So the Tigers fans asking, can we play you every week? So Healy with time for the kick. It's going deep. Everybody's letting it go, and it's going and going, and in the end goes safely over the in goal line. And Salford's best efforts at getting on with it quickly come to naught as they finish up with two balls on the pitch. And it's Gibson who has to do all the work yet again. Danny Arnold can't get going. Salford so guilty in the first half of men watching. Neil Baines shrugs one off. Danny Arnold is not going to be allowed to get through. Goulding's in the line. Oh, Holroyd does a nice little reverse pass that Jowett does well to hold on to in the end. Over. Nice pass on. Now is there a chance? Inside pass, and Hyden's there. And he's got support, and the support is Bobby Goulding up the centre, and at last we've seen Salford splitting the defence and at least giving a little bit of respectability to the score. And Bobby Goulding, well, I don't have to get the record books out to find out when he last scored 2 tries in a game. Well, that was great play when it came, great support play. Heighton it was taking an inside pass, and then with Bobby Goulding in support, giving a bit of respectability to this score. As Goulding successful with the conversion that barely raises a clap. So that means 16, 58, 42, 7 converted tries in the last 10 minutes. Perhaps a little bit of a tall order. And the Castleford coach is still urging their team forward. Holroyd leaving it, Everell missing it, and having scored a try, Salford have to concede possession. So on today's show, we have to be grateful that didn't go out on the full, as Sampson's being allowed to do the first run forward. Having a big game today, Dean Sampson. Rogers gets on with it quickly to Richard Gay. Oh, that's important tackle on Godwin. This is easy line. Good, nice inside pass to Barry John Mather at pace, but well tackled by Gibson. Who else? Ellery Meno. Oh, almost an interception, but Rogers fancied his chances. So it's another 6 to the Tigers from 10 metres in, and your money's on a Tigers score. Look at the release of the ball. Oh, it's that easy. Healy it is. Alima back on the field, sucking in the tacklers. And Well, once you get on and pass the ball in the tackle and keep moving, then Tigers are just giving Salford a lesson about how to play rugby. What Salford don't seem to have in the vital parts of this game is anybody who can create an opening. They started off so slowly today, maybe a consequence of last weekend, but there was nothing right about it at the beginning, and it's got worse. Well, the crowd say that Lennon's got that one. It's 64-16. It's 11 tries. Who hasn't scored? Well, Gibson's worked his socks off yet again. So, look at this, good handling, this is great, isn't it? Right along the line, and they've still got men over. And if the tackle's... Oh, great play from Rogers, isn't it? With men inside to pass and in support, and Gay's going on his own, and there's still men in support. This is brilliant. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, and it's brilliant play. There were so many players involved in that one. That was a rugby league try of the highest order at any level. That was brilliant play, starting from deep right, coming over to the left and finishing up on the right. And Barry John Mather, first game back for 11 months, finishes up with a score out on the right. I think it was the pass to him from Elima that was the vital one, because he was being tackled when he released the ball. But that was textbook stuff. That was training ground stuff. That was a team that was so much better than the City Reds, and that is what the spirit of rugby league is all about. However much it hurts to see your own side on the end of a 12-try drubbing at home, 12 and getting worse. Oh. So where does Salford go from here? It's such a whipping. 6 tries in each half, not in the entire game. It's been a brilliant display from the Tigers. You have to say right from the start it's been virtually flawless. I can't remember one drop ball. I think there was one forward pass given against them that probably wasn't a forward pass. But look at this again. Again, there are many supports, but still the Tigers able to follow up a loose ball. Alan Hunt so slow to make his tackle count. Barry John Mather wrapped up that time. Oh, where's that one going? Oh, still the pass is being made, and catching is so good. It's the last one. So just go for a kick. I think he looks for the possibility of an opening. Oh, but in fact he's given it to, and Rogers in for give it to Haaland, and when it doesn't go for you, boy doesn't it go against you. It was a change in tactics from Nick Pinkney with space behind the attacking line, but the kick didn't go over the top, and the 13th try goes the way of the Castleford Tigers. A game that we came into with such high optimism started badly and has got progressively worse and worse for the City Reds. Oh, but look at that. Look at that. From the touchline, the conversion is made. That rubs the salt in. 74 points at home is the biggest defeat I can remember in my lifetime as a Salford supporter. We're at the end of the game. Thank goodness Salford don't want to kick off, because we might be into overtime. But it's time enough for another score. 74 points to 16. Castleford absolutely dominant in every phase of the game, of playing the game as it should be played, running, handling, passing, backing up, supporting, forward positive movement. Look at this, hands all the way. Oh, look at this running. Oh, and good heavens, the very first Castleford error from Egan right at the end of a victory that will live in the memory of the Castleford players. Castleford having featured in one of Salford's earlier heaviest defeats ever at the Jongling days gone by. But today, when Salford conceded 65 points, but to concede 74 points at home, just understandably brings the boos from home supporters, who will certainly find it difficult to come and watch their team again in the next few weeks, unless some improvement can be found to return to the standard that we saw last weekend. So, from the Willows, it's the City Reds 16 and Castleford Tigers 74. And Tigers fans happy, and the Salford fans can only say what a load of rubbish. And you have to say the scoreline says it all. That is Salford's worst moment for well, a couple of seasons, really, isn't it? It was 96 conceded at the Bulls a couple of seasons ago. But today, great disappointment. Poor performance against a Tigers team that played textbook rugby league, deserved the victory, but 74 points away from home is more than anybody can have believed, but should put them in good heart for their semi-final against Wigan next week, although maybe this game has been too easy for them and not sufficient of a workout. Anyway, we wish them well. We don't really want to see Wigan in the final again. So best of wishes to the Tigers next week, and they will have a very enjoyable, well, supporters, a very enjoyable trip back over the Pennines this evening. Final score: City Reds 16, Castleford 74.